Now, coming up next, we are excited to share highlights from ISLE's recent Tech Demo Day that was focused on workplace safety innovations and which we ran alongside WSAA, the Water Services Association of Australia. Now, you're about to see 3 cutting-edge technologies, each addressing critical safety challenge. First, there is Exact Tools' revolutionary pipe cutting system from Plumboss that's making maintenance work safer and more efficient. Next, there's Blackline Safety's solution for lone workers, featuring wearable monitorers and gas detection systems. And finally, we have a fascinating case study on Area 9's adaptive learning platform that's transforming safety training across the Australian water sector with personalised AI-driven approaches. These technologies represent the best-in-class solutions that were identified through WSAA's Research, Development and Innovation Programme. So let's take a look.
Today I'll be presenting on our Plumboss Exact Cut pipe cutting machines. Very excited to go over the range that we have and how it can benefit the water services industry. So Exact Cut machines are a little bit different to traditional pipe cutting methods. They're a patented technology where by you have some gripper arms that actually secure the pipe secure the machine onto the pipe, and then a saw blade goes and cuts the pipe. The blade is completely contained within the blade guard. There's no risk of exposure to the blade. You have a plunge lock, so once the machine is in the process of cutting, it is locked in place. And then you have your, this is quite unique to the Exact Cuts, is on the gripper arms there are some one-directional ratchet wheels, so the machine is only able to progress in the direction of the cut, and then the gripper wheels actually lock in the other direction so that you can pull the pipe towards yourself. More onto the machines, particularly good for water service lines, is our Pro range of machines. So there's 3 different size models available, the 220, 360 and 460. Each model has, their own size range of pipes that they're able to cut. And what's unique about the Pro range is they actually have the ability to cut and bevel pipe as well. So they can cut and bevel your plastic pipes, your PVC, and they can cut and bevel your ductile pipes for your rubber ring joints. So that's quite unique about the Pro machines, and is a real big advantage to the Exact Cut method in comparison to traditional cutting methods. Some other important things to mention with cost benefits. Some things are a bit more intangible, such as safety. The Exact Cut machines have proven themselves to be a far safer method of cutting pipe than your traditional methods, and the cost of one incident on a project and even on a company as a whole can sum up to quite a large number.
Okay, so our second technology presentation is from a company called Blackline Safety, who are originally based in Canada but now a global company with locations across Australia and New Zealand. So it's a wearable device for lone worker safety with real-time location tracking, fall detection and gas monitoring in remote or hazardous environments.
This is just a snapshot of the product range. We make single gas, we make lone worker devices, we make area monitors, and then, as I said, there's the 2 screens that are pictured there. And we've worked very tirelessly in the last 15 years to be at the forefront of the connected safety world in terms of lone worker monitoring and also gas detection. And we are revolutionising the way that gas detection, lone worker and gas detection, is delivered to the marketplace to our customers. In essence, we have a cloud-connected ecosystem. We're slightly different than everybody else in the fact that they have gas monitors, if you like, that smell gas, go beep. And Blackline have the connected wearables and the connected area monitors. They go up to the Blackline Live portal. You have reporting and analytics. You have 24/7 live monitoring. and all of that is tied together through the Blackline Live portal and our analytics service. And when we look at these devices, they're not just a lone worker device or a gas detector. You can look at them and go, so in each device, the G7, the EXO, for example, fall detection. So if I take a trip, it'll trigger an alarm and someone will know that I've fallen over. And then the respondent, if I get up, or if I'm, trip and break a leg, for example, you already know what you need to do from an alert response. This is a typical scenario from when the H2S leak is detected. It goes through, Blackline gets the alarm within a second, a couple of seconds, 1 second that the person in the alarm gets the alarm. Within 2 seconds, Blackline receives the alert. 31 seconds, the live monitoring call calls the device. The device is not responsive. After a minute, everyone's evacuated. And then a minute 45, the responders prepare, and within 4 minutes, the worker's rescued.
Global company in what's called adaptive learning. So that's machine AI. We've been in it for 14 years, and we have over 40 million learners. We work across a range of industries, courses from critical risk to induction to leadership. The productivity is quite profound with Rhapsode, which is the adaptive learning platform. When we compare standard training to the new version in Rhapsode, the adaptive platform, we typically save between 40 and 50% in time. Our partnership with WSAA started with a proof of concept with the Working from Heights Association in a falls prevention program where we ran that across 10 organisations. And from there, we're now developing as a pathway with the steering co a range of critical risk courses, including these that are to be released, Lotto and so forth, and then a really interesting work stream into psychosocial hazards and risk. So how does it work? So what you're seeing here is a screenshot of how we build the courses in Rhapsode. Really easy and efficient ways for us to create courses. You're seeing here this is a lockout tagout course. So from left to right, really granular learning objectives. We build questions or probes on the right that test the learner's competency. So micro-learning, and what the algorithm is doing is it's measuring and testing and teaching and adjusting in real time. So really behaving like a personal teacher. So you end up with learner pathways like this. Almost impossible to replicate, but the algorithm adjusts and teaches. So these are those learning objectives that you saw, and how that one learner going through a Working from Heights course has been personally taught through. And then the final aspect is data. So this shining a light in the corner. Now, this is 500 learners that have gone through the course, and Rhapsode is measuring and helping and taking about 20 data points per minute. So for group leaders, this type of data is invaluable because it says, what was the underlying level of knowledge of this group coming into the course? What was the level of unconscious incompetence? And it's this middle section there where you see the improvement that Rhapsode takes those cohort to 100% or competency. Our WSAA partnership is really evolving. As I mentioned, we've got a steering committee that's made up of L&D and safety people, and they're providing a pathway of courses. We can take that course like lockout, tagout and adapt it for organisations large and small within all the networks here. And WSAA have been very generous. This is open to all organisations, and we're working on an area around psychosocial hazards. So really important that we're able to share that partnership with the broader water industry through facilitations like this.
You know, what's particularly exciting is how those solutions emerge from WSAA's structured innovation program. That process began with identifying the key challenges, doing a global tech scan, and then running collaborative workshops with water utilities across Australia and New Zealand. The demo day that we just glimpsed represents the culmination of that process, where the top techs were presented to WSAA members. Now, the most promising solutions will, fingers crossed, now move forward to collaborative trials, allowing the utilities to test those innovations in real-world conditions before wider implementation. And this collaborative approach, at the risk of stating the obvious, ensures that safety solutions are thoroughly vetted and truly meet the needs of the water sector. It's a model that we should all be adopting with our local utilities.